Hi, guys.
Hello.
It's Aaron and Robbie here.
Me, I'm Robbie.
I'm Aaron. So, we have a list of things we'd like to talk to you today about. You, the viewer,
This isn't a phone call.
It's not.
This is
A podcast. That's
wow.
right. Podcast.
We're with the times.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to present to you some information. We're going to talk about it, see if we can't get our brains depict.
Our brains to depict. Now, before we get into that, though, Aaron, us doing a podcast has been a thing long in the making, I think.
That's right.
You know, since we were both 12.
Right.
When we met at 12 in a ball pit in McDonald's in Columbus, Indiana.
Not Columbus, Ohio.
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
Right.
It's a common
Columbus,
confusion.
yeah.
Ever since I've come to IU, by the way, I've learned to realize the big difference between the two.
You have to ask anyone.
Right, but when we were 12 in a ball pit...
It's like gay and lesbian. You have to ask
you have to
anyone.
make sure.
You can't assume
You can't just
this
say.
girl likes men.
No.
And vice versa. This man likes girls.
No, you have to ask.
Go ahead.
What I was going to say was, excuse you, he's being tickled right now. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. There's a midget in our office. We'd catch him, but he's greased up. So we were asked as 12-year-olds to do a podcast. And at the time, we didn't know what podcasts were. We were 12. All we cared about was masturbating and Slim Jims. But since then, we've come to our senses.
So masturbating, Slim Jims, and podcasts now.
Those are the three things at the forefront of our mind. Our frontal lobe, if you've taken P121.
And if not, in your brain.
So we'd like to start out the list with, there's a video game. Aaron, do you play video games?
A little bit.
A little bit. I'm also a little bit. It doesn't go into the three things, the hierarchy of three. But there's a video game called No Room in Hell. Okay? And very title. I mean, that's a title.
That's a hell of a title.
That's a hell of a ha-ha-ha. No room in our show to talk about anything else but that title. And in this game, it's zombies, a survival-based game. Now, that's not a new concept. I know you have Left 4 Dead.
Right, Left 4 Dead 4. Well, Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead, really. You know, there's Left 4 Dead 2.
I played all the games in the series.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. And this is a game, I think it's computer-based, desktop-based, if you will, or PC.
What's the title of it again?
No Room in Hell.
No Room in Hell.
Right.
And what's the concept of this game?
I think it's a survival-based game with zombies.
What? Yes?
And that's all I know.
Oh, okay.
Right. We can make up the rest, but that'd be lying. We're not liars here on the show. I wanted to let that sink in. So, the No Room in Hell has a bit of controversy going on right now. There was a community post recently, which I saw, and the community post was a moderator being someone in charge, someone, an official with the game, who said there have been a lot of complaints. I don't know, have you heard about this, Aaron? I'm going to tell you about it right now.
I haven't yet.
You haven't?
No.
His mouth is agape, but I'm going to tell him. That people are complaining about children zombies being present in the game.
Why?
Well, because people see the children zombies as a little morbid and a little bit... Because, in Left 4 Dead, there are no children zombies.
Right.
But if you think about an post-apocalyptic...
You know what? Why aren't there children zombies?
Exactly, because it's scary.
Be.
And people are offended, and a lot... You know what the complaint is, Aaron?
What?
People say they're too afraid to shoot the children zombies.
Oh.
Well?
Hey.
What?
Tell me something.
What?
If you were living... and not the living dead. And
right.
there was a little itty-bitty baby.
Me versus the living dead.
There was a child.
A toddler.
Crawling towards you with the
Devil's eyes?
Devil's eyes,
yeah.
Goal to eat you.
Oh.
You wouldn't shoot that little sucker in the head?
Oh my God, I'd take a magnum right between on his little peripheral.
Well, see, what's the problem then? What is wrong with...
Pituitary gland.
Do you know what's wrong with society today, Rob?
Tell me, Aaron.
They don't want to injure children. And when I was growing up, corporal punishment was big.
Yes, it was.
I was spanked by my principal on several occasions.
Oh, all the time.
Once because I brought a knife to school, and I won't tell you about the other time, but neither time did I think that a spanking was worth it.
No.
But that's the way I was raised.
Yeah.
And, if I had to shoot a little kid, I'd shoot a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let me rephrase that.
Hold on.
I would...
Zombie.
A zombie kid.
Zombified little kid.
For all of the children listening at home, I would never shoot you
okay.
unless you deserved it.
You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out. The hokey pokey.
I know what that is.
When I was a child, my dad would, when I would be worked up over things like seeing a billboard that had on an attractive woman, my dad would sing to me the hokey pokey and I'd calm down. So if any of you kids are out there listening and are very concerned that Aaron here would shoot you, first of all, Aaron has no gun-carrying license, which is crucial in this country.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, that's true. He lost it in the wash. But he's okay, so I'm singing to you the hokey pokey to make you calm down.
All right, so kids...
I've got a hell of a cough.
Yeah, remember the hokey pokey.
Yeah, and if you see a child zombie between the eyes. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the common misconception. Meatloaf is not dead.
Who?
Meatloaf.
From, the singer Meatloaf?
The singer Meatloaf.
He's not dead.
I would do anything for love.
See,
just left our studio. Just walked in to sing that.
That was him.
That was actually me.
He's
I'm
not
sorry.
dead.
He's not dead.
How do
no.
you know that?
Because I looked it up.
Why?
Because someone said to me, "Hey, you know, Meatloaf's dead," and I said, well, "Excuse me, we're on a bus, and I'm trying to read this book."
Well, wait a second. Somebody just come up to you and said,
Well, I was sitting on a bus.
Did you know
I was on the
Meatloaf
D
was dead?
bus, right?
Well, they came up to you as a matter of fact and
Right.
said, "Did you know
Meatloaf
was
is dead?" Right.
They weren't just like, "Oh, Meatloaf's dead."
No.
Is Meatloaf dead? They said,
no.
"Did you know Meatloaf
They
is dead?"
came at me. They affronted me and told me Meatloaf was dead.
Well, that's just false, I guess.
It's false. I looked it up on the spot. And
Well,
told
I'm
this
glad we
person.
could clear that up.
Clear that up for you all. The next thing I want to talk about is a craze. BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed is everywhere.
It is. I cannot scroll through Facebook without finding a list of celebrity nip slips.
Nip slips all over the place. And you know, no, that was College Humor. Never mind. College Humor is also popular, but not as popular as BuzzFeed. But I feel most like a college student, not when I'm drinking, not when I'm eating ramen, not when I'm missing class, but when I'm on BuzzFeed.
Really?
Really?
Do you think that's a big?
I think
that's a big part of our
BuzzFeed-
culture.
Right now,
BuzzFeed.
this very moment, honk your horn if you are. This isn't a radio show.
It's not. You're right. This is a podcast.
Go out to your car and honk your horn
Right.
if you're listening to BuzzFeed. And we're going to assume in the next few days that if anyone honks their horn, they
BuzzFeed.
look at BuzzFeed. They look
Yeah.
at BuzzFeed.
I don't know. It's
Very common.
almost impossible to ignore BuzzFeed now because it is all over social
force,
media.
it's a force.
You find it all over the
If
place.
you see a BuzzFeed zombie, shoot it between the eyes.
right between the eyes, even if it is a BuzzFeed kid zombie.
The next thing I want to talk about is, Aaron,
Yes.
do you like spicy things?
You know what? I'm not big on spicy things. I really
Really?
am not. No. I don't like sweets either.
You don't like sweets either?
Well, I do like sweets. It's not like I have a drawer full of sweets
Right.
like many people do.
People do.
Don't require sweets, I guess
Right,
you
like
could say.
women.
Right.
Which I mean not to be a...
Sexist.
Right, I just mean it to be that most women I know like sweets.
Right. So that's not sexist.
No.
Right.
No.
Go
That's
ahead.
just my observation. In my travels.
Right.
I'm Gulliver, and these are my travels. But the Sriracha factory, women will be upset by this. The Sriracha factory is being shut down because people in the near area, in a radius of 5 miles, say it's horrible to live near because of the smell.
Does it smell bad? Do you
They
think?
say it tinges their nostrils.
Really?
Really? This is true. If you Google
First of all,
Sriracha,
you know,
it'll come
is Sriracha?
up. The correct pronunciation?
No, I'm saying is Sriracha known widely enough just to call it Sriracha, or do we need to clarify that it is in fact a hot sauce?
I'm hoping that by now people know that the red bottle with the green top with the chicken on it is Sriracha sauce.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
You guess so?
Maybe in Indiana.
Honk your horn.
Honk your horn, folks.
The next thing I want to talk about is also food related. Very, very popular as well. Like BuzzFeed and Children Zombies. Pretzel buns.
Do you know Wendy's has a pretzel bun burger right
You know what? One day we went to Wendy's together
That's right.
and I had a pretzel bun.
That was,
I
yeah.
wolfed it down. Woo!
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You liked it.
Loved it.
I wonder what the whole craze... I mean, I've seen them everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm waiting for it to be an option at Subway. Do you want Monterey cheddar or pretzel bun?
A pretzel bun. Now that'd be nice.
Do you think they would only sell it in 6 inches because it's so unhealthy?
Well, they'd sell it in 6 inches or 11 inches. You know what I mean?
No.
Subway. You didn't hear about that?
6 or 12 inches?
No. Subway footlongs aren't footlongs. They never say 12 inches. They say footlong. A Subway footlong is not 12 inches. You did not know that?
My mind is blown right now.
I'm serious. This is real life.
I'm going to measure my sub the next time I get it and try and get a 10% back.
And be careful. Don't measure it from the base. And don't push it back. You have to measure it actually. You don't push.
Right.
That's cheating. And you
No.
don't measure it from below. That's also cheating.
Don't measure it after it's toasted either. Make sure it's before it's toasted.
Before it's
while
toasted.
it's soft.
Yeah, while it's still soft. You have
Yeah.
to measure it then.
Yeah.
And then you can put it on online. Then you can... Nah. The measurements.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's only 11 inches, that's true.
Right.
And how big is your cat now, by the way? Oh my
He's-
goodness. Speaking of measurements.
I'll tell you what, he's gotten a lot bigger. I tell you, you're supposed to feed it like a cup of food a day.
Yeah.
I don't measure it out, but I measured it 1 or 2 times maybe, and the bowl that I feed him in is 3 cups.
Oh, wow.
And I feed him a bowl a day.
Yeah.
Because I'm lazy.
Wow.
So Kino is eating 3 times what he should be eating.
In case you don't know Kino has exploded in popularity all over BuzzFeed, as a matter of fact.
That's right. There's a list.
If you don't recognize the name Kino T. Cat.
Kino T. Cat.
Of course.
He's here in the studio with us, actually.
In the studio with us right now. Kino, say a few words.
That's right. Kino the Cat, everybody. So, go ahead.
Well, he's a list. Were we going to say a list?
There was a list of things that Kino says on BuzzFeed.
Wow.
You know what the number one thing he said was?
What?
Thank you for supporting the Sinky Hoosiers.
I'm not surprised that's the number one thing.
That is.
I couldn't imagine what else to be on the list other than...
That's actually number 2.
That's number 2?
You've seen the list?
It's on Facebook. I can't avoid it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know how BuzzFeed goes. So the next thing I want to talk about is, Aaron.
What?
The government.
What about
The
it?
government shut down.
I know.
Is it still shut down?
No?
Moving on. Chinese buffets.
Love them.
Love them. Now, I just recently went to the Ellettsville Chinese buffet. I've been to 3 Chinese buffets in the near-lying area.
Ever? Oh. Okay.
In the near-lying area. I've been
Aren't they all the same, though, really?
One is called China Buffet.
Yeah, right.
One's
here.
called Mr. Hibachi.
Okay.
And one's called China Star Buffet.
Which one was your favorite?
Mr. Hibachi.
Why?
Was the cleanest.
Well, was it your favorite?
I don't know.
But it was the cleanest.
I'm always surprised at what people get at Chinese buffets. I like to get every type of chicken I see, except for General Tso's chicken and orange chicken.
You don't like General Tso's chicken?
No, I'm going to go on record as saying I don't like General Tso's chicken.
You are kidding me. You're a fan of like spicy stuff.
I don't think it's spicy.
It's like a sweet spicy.
It's a sweet spicy, and I'm not into that.
What?
I don't like it.
You're kidding.
I don't like it. I like other things.
I love anything you can find at a Chinese buffet aside from their desserts. Can we talk about that?
Oh, yes, we can talk about that.
Chinese buffet.
I'm pissed. If there are any Chinese people listening, put this in Google Translate. Go on. I'm going to agree.
If you agree at home that Chinese...
Shoot a baby zombie.
Well, no. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Shoot baby zombies, but...
Oh, but that's not what you want them to do if they agree.
No, if you
Eat
agree...
a pretzel bun.
Eat a pretzel bun, but also honk your horn. If you agree that the desserts of Chinese buffet... Yeah. They really need to work on that. I mean, they are advanced in many ways, the Chinese people.
They have those awful cookies.
What? Are they cookies?
I don't know what they are.
I thought they were crackers. I was putting them in my soup.
They're like circular crackers. I'm not surprised you put them in your soup.
Those were cookies. You're kidding me.
Those are supposed to be cookies. And those very dry tiramisu-like things.
I don't even know.
The squares.
Oh, yeah, I guess I do know what you're talking about. Disgusting.
And the rolly creamies. Roll creamies.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I think of that.
Me too.
Goodness.
But I'll tell you what, Chinese buffet is probably my favorite form of food.
It's good. Also, the ice cream. First of all, I'm not a big fan of Superman ice cream.
Chinese buffets are always set up the same, too. It's always scoop ice cream.
It's always scoop, and they have it sitting in the water.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get West Nile that way. That's how that's going to go.
That's true.
That's how that's going to end. Someone contract West Nile, and then maybe Chinese buffets will hear us out.
I'll tell you what. If there's anything you take from anything we've said recently, it's that Chinese buffets... shitty desserts.
Bad dessert.
West Nile virus.
West Nile virus.
Shoot zombies between the eyes.
Child zombies.
Pretzel buns are good.
They're great.
Measure it when it's soft.
Only soft.
Anything else you can think of?
I was going to go on to sports.
Go on to sports.
Sports, huh?
Yeah. Rocky Horror was pretty good.
Rocky Horror was a great show. I saw it.
Here in Bloomington, University Players, is that
University Players coupled with Union Board, they teamed up like salmon swimming up the stream.
Do salmons team up? Do salmon?
I mean, they mate.
When
Aaron,
UP and Union Board mated. Is that what you're trying to say?
You're a biology education fish major.
What?
What? Biology education major?
You said fish in there.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Let's ask Kino. Kino, did I say fish?
Right.
Kino's drunk.
He is drunk.
The fame has gone to his head.
Anyway.
And the whiskey.
We got about 30 seconds left here to inform you guys of anything else that we need to
Rocky Horror was great. You know what I was offended by?
Spectacular. You were offended?
I was offended by one part.
Okay, before you tell me what you're offended by, don't go to Rocky Horror if you plan on being offended by anything.
Well, I wasn't planning on being offended.
Well, go ahead. What were you offended by?
The breasts.
Are you kidding me?
Andrew Wolverton's breasts. Dr. Frankenfurter's breasts came out. His nipples I saw on the stage. Bare nipples.
You heard it here, folks. This is Robbie and Aaron's first podcast.
Thank you.